Hey, peace and love, Facebook family, YouTube family, just my soul family. Peace and love to all y'all. Alright. This video right here is about my journey and I'm gonna try to really simplify it the most I can, because it's so much details and I could just go in deep. But basically it's about how I grew, my path of spirituality and my path from where I was then to where I am at with it now. Alright, well, I started out, in Fondren Park Circle, the southwest side over here in Houston, Texas. I grew up like it was a neighborhoodish, it was a hoodish neighborhood, I'll say that. Some hood activities went on in the neighborhood. It wasn't like the projects or nothing, but it was, some hoodish things going on. So, and I ended up being introduced to that and, and the things that came with it. I never joined any gangs or nothing, and I never, started selling drugs and all that, but I was around things of that nature. And, and it was all, I learned a lot from that. And, my mentality was molded from that type of paradigm. But I always felt like it was always spirituality within me. My soul was always like shifting me through the trials and tribulations and the life lessons and things that I needed to go through and that I needed to see for me to, let my soul breathe, and for me to start living and walking my true path, my true purpose. So I went through some things, and I'm so grateful that, I could have been through so much worse. But, I bumped my head a few times with like a little slap on the wrist. Sometimes it was a costly slap on the wrist, but it was a slap on the wrist nonetheless. And I was always giving credit to Sky Daddy, to Jesus and everything. And then me and my best friend at the time, well, he introduced me to the Hidden Colors, like 2012. But before, yeah, it was the Hidden Colors, but he also introduced me to Phil Valentine. And I saw one video from him, and I was like, we were both really into it. And we were watching that a lot, trying to really, because it started out, it was like real spiritual, like smoking all this weed really a sin, or what they consider a sin, like we going to hell, is this really bad? We were looking it up, talking about what's wrong with smoking this weed. It's natural, right? And then we're trying to glorify it, using things from what the Bible said and stuff like that. And the deeper we was looking into it, then we started seeing contradictions and seeing things like, man, that's kind of crazy. Like that's I don't see why the Bible would say something like that. So we try to start reading between the lines and connecting the dots and digging deeper. And then came across that Phil Valentine, the Hidden Colors and stuff, the Bobby Hemmett, the Booker T. Coleman, stuff like that. And me and my homie that got, that started really starting to dig deeper into that stuff. Well, basically, we ended up going our different ways, in our friendship. And our brother, I mean, he's still my brother regardless, man. But basically, I started digging deeper and deeper and activating the God within, and not being caught up, stuck on the fleshly, materialistic things that the system basically wants us to be focused on. And so I started just going down my own path, doing my own thing and stuff, and started getting into the health, I gravitated to Dr. Sebi and stuff like that. Just watching some videos. It said recommended Dr. Sebi, because I was first looking up Dr. Afrika. Then it showed on the recommended thing talking about Dr. Sebi. And I was like, oh damn, let me check this dude out. And this is about a year ago, year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And and I watched that and I was like, man, this dude is the truth. I watched that video, the Eat to Live. The one basically where he was wearing a suit and he was giving a lecture in that brown suit. That was my first Dr. Sebi video. I watched the whole thing. I was like, oh man. So I started really getting into that. And plus that, and I saw this video about parasites, if we eat acidic foods and stuff, and it creates parasites. And I was like, oh man, that was a turn off too. So then I became a vegan. And once I became a vegan, then it's like my spirit, just my essence, my being became lighter, like my energy. And I started to think and just feel like more uplifted and freer. Not freer, but like in a sense, just saying like, just more, not as condensed. I felt like more of a free spirit, like my soul was breathing even more. And I started to get it, and then I met my homie Big Chub. And I met some other real good people too that put things in a good perspective and also had me look within and unlock some stuff within me. I gotta give credit to Ty and Sai. They introduced me to this spot, the stones and everything. But I really gotta give a shout out to my homie 5-4 J Sway, because he was a huge push in the, me becoming healthier and stuff. At first I wasn't trying to listen, but he was a huge push in that. Like, man, let's shift to cleaning house. Let's get healthier. My homie Big Chub, man, really Adam and even. But Big Chub, I met him first, and he put them words self-mastery in my mind, and he showed me the door for that, and I started walking through it and really started, really becoming a lot more self-disciplined too. So that was a huge spiritual, motivational push, and I always love and appreciate that homie for that too, man. My brother. And man, it's so many different things, but nature really is, whenever I started connecting with nature, that right there was really a huge that's the more, I've never had more of a spiritual connection ever since I started going to nature. Church never did it for me. To me, like going out to nature, to the park, to the Bay House, I'm going to do this garden job right now, that's church, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's really church. So, so now I'm on this path of just getting in sync in tune with nature as much as possible. This vegan, bioelectric lifestyle. When I say vegan, I don't just mean the food, but I mean like, I really feel bad that I'm still wearing rubber on my shoes. I need to get these hemp shoes where, the electric charge, the negative charge on the ground, and then the positive charge of myself, what I'm saying, could really, it could complement, it could flow, that electric flow, it won't be blocked out from the rubber bottoms of my shoes. And plus, other animal byproducts and stuff, I'm cutting all that out. It ain't even just all about the animals, but it's just about the lifestyle and the vibrations. Everything carries certain vibrations. So, that's really, really just getting back to nature, man, and becoming self-empowered, self-sufficient, like I always be talking about. Nature got everything we need. We don't gotta depend on these corrupt, basically the ways of the white man, the pilgrims, the colonizers, because they got just humans all together just sick and backwards and thinking just in a low frequency, real dense, root chakra, egotistic, unhealthy egotistic type way. And to me, it doesn't resonate with my soul. That's the right thing to do, man. So naturally, I just, this path, it's like putting pieces of the puzzle together, connecting the dots. And the more I started seeking the truth outside of the paradigm that they programmed me to believe, or really us to believe that we should be stuck on, then the more, things started becoming clearer. And it's like, oh, okay. And so I'm still so low compared to where I'm going. Still always a student. I might repeat and recycle some information, but I'm always forever a student, first and foremost. And I'm just a reminder and a reflection. And the life and nature is the best teacher, man. Just learning from experiences and putting the pieces together, using my critical thinking and my intuition. Nature really shows, really going within. So that's what it is, y'all. Peace and love. I'm signing out. Love y'all. One love. Cheers.